All right, let's jump right into it. We're going to break down what is, without a doubt, one of the biggest announcements in the history of AI. And believe it or not, it all comes down to a single, absolutely massive number: 6 gigawatts. Just let that sink in for a second. To give you some perspective, that's enough juice to power a small country, or, every single home in a major city like San Francisco. This, right here, is the new scale we're talking about in the world of artificial intelligence. And look, we're not just talking about keeping the lights on here. This is about igniting the very engine that's going to drive the future. 6 gigawatts, that's the new gold standard, the new benchmark for what it means to be ambitious in AI. So, you're probably wondering, what in the world is behind this massive number? Well, let's dive into the announcement, the unprecedented partnership that's making all of this a reality. Okay, so here are the key players. You've got the chip giant AMD, and of course the AI research powerhouse OpenAI. And this is not just some simple purchase order. On October 6, 2025, they announced a huge, multi-year, multi-generation strategic partnership. And the whole point? To build and power OpenAI's next-generation AI infrastructure. I mean, the goal here is nothing short of incredibly ambitious. OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, put it perfectly. He said, "This partnership is a major step in building the compute capacity needed to realize AI's full potential." So really, it's all about creating that fundamental backbone for whatever comes next in AI. Okay, so that's the what, but how are they actually going to pull this off? Let's get into the numbers and the timeline of this massive plan. Now, it's important to know this partnership didn't just pop up out of thin air. AMD and OpenAI, they've worked together before, on GPUs like the MI300X series. But what they announced on October 6th, well, that's a whole different level. It's a massive escalation, and the first big hardware deployment is set to kick off in the second half of 2026. So the plan to get to that 6 gigawatt number is basically a three-step journey. Step 1, they're going to deploy 1 gigawatt of AMD's brand new MI450 GPUs. And these things are beasts, specifically designed for the heavy lifting that AI demands. After that, step 2 is all about scaling up, spreading these deployments across multiple data centers. And finally, step 3, hit that mind-blowing total of 6 gigawatts of compute power. All right, so this is really the crucial part. This is so much more than just OpenAI buying a ton of chips from AMD. Let's talk about why this is a truly strategic move. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. On one hand, you have a standard customer deal, right? A one-time purchase, some basic support. It's a simple transaction. But this is a whole different animal. We're talking a multi-year, multi-generation agreement with deep technical collaboration. And this is the key, shared financial interests. So how exactly do you share financial interests on this scale? Well, through something called a stock warrant. Basically, it gives OpenAI the right to buy AMD's stock at a specific price down the line. It's a way of saying, hey, if we succeed together, you get to share in that success. AMD issued warrants for up to 160 million shares, which means their fortunes are now literally tied together. Pretty smart, right? And you can hear this win-win thinking straight from the top. Dr. Lisa Su, the CEO of AMD, said it herself. This partnership brings the best of AMD and OpenAI together to create a true win-win. It's all about enabling this incredibly ambitious build-out. And on the other side, you've got OpenAI's president, Greg Brockman, echoing that exact sentiment. He said, "Building the future of AI requires deep collaboration across every layer of the stack." What this really signals is a shared mission, right? You're combining AMD's world-class hardware with OpenAI's groundbreaking AI research. It's a perfect match. And let's not forget about the money involved here, because the scale is just staggering. AMD's CFO, Jean Hu, went on record saying they expect this deal to deliver tens of billions of dollars in revenue for the company. So yeah, this isn't just about cool new tech. It's about creating an absolutely immense amount of value for both sides. Okay, so we've covered the what's, the how, and the why. But let's get to the big question. So what? Why should you or I care about this? What does it all mean for the future of AI? Because at the end of the day, building all this infrastructure, all these data centers, that's not the end goal. It's just the foundation. The real question, the exciting question, is what does this much power actually unlock for all of us? And the takeaways here are, well, they're huge. First, This is going to seriously accelerate progress in AI research. We're talking about the potential for massive breakthroughs. Second, it's going to enable way more powerful and complex AI models. So think about more creative tools, smarter assistants, things we can't even imagine yet. But maybe most importantly, it's about building the capacity to bring the benefits of AI to everyone. It's creating a whole new standard for what large-scale AI can do. So when you boil it all down, this whole announcement isn't really about chips and gigawatts and data centers. That's just the infrastructure being built. That's the foundation. The much bigger question, the one that really matters, is what are we going to build with it? What will humanity create with this unprecedented level of power? That's the real story, and it's just getting started.